Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some racing. Now, there have been a couple of TCR cars added to the game, which are really cool to see. We have the Lincoln Co came out a little while ago, and recently this MG has arrived. I love having these cars in the game. They're great fun vehicles to go racing with, something a little bit different. But naturally, of course, whenever we get new race cars, what we like to do is try and build some other cars to race in a kind of spec style series. So here we have got a TCR series. The rules was everything has to be front wheel drive, everything has to be around similar statistics. So top of A class, around the 340 horsepower mark, around the 2,900 power mark. Now there are some oddballs because we don't have enough front wheel drive cars. So we've got things like the Corsa, the Mini, the MG3 that are a little bit too small, really, to be touring cars. But we're throwing them in. They're going to be lighter, but they're going to not be as grippy. They're going to be lighter and perhaps a little bit more powerful in some cases, but they're likely to be a little bit more difficult to drive. So we're starting at a twisty circuit. This should be good for the actual TCR cars, for the MG and for the Lincoln Co, because we have a lot of downforce that these other cars, they simply don't. They've all got Forza Aero, everything has a Forza Aero, everything has slick tyres, and so on. The Mini has a lot of speed, but is on an outside line. Sorry, Speed. That was a little bit of a rude pass on that one. I mean, these we can brake quite late, and although I have been having issues with the locking in this a smidge on cold tyres, but yeah, we can brake like we can carry so much speed through these corners. As you can see, I can carry way more speed than the Sentra, but it's not easy to pass because everything's faster than me down the straight. The Mini is going to have a look to the inside, but it's not going to be able to live with the grip that we have here. Oh, the Sentra has had a control. Yeah, the Sentra's had a disconnect into turn 1. Well, that's not ideal for that. So Gliska's got the Lincoln Co up to the front of the pack. We are going to absolutely fly past the Scirocco, as we have got the grip. Longbow's got the other MG, the little MG that you can see the difference. It's got the acceleration on me, but when we come up towards this corner, the mid-corner speed, it just can't match. So let's not forget, right, these are the same PI cars, they're on the same tyres, so they're relatively comparable. But yes, that's that little MG. It's going to be lighter than I am. It's going to be considerably lighter. It's much a smaller car at the end of the day. And we'll probably have about the same power. So its power to weight ratio is greatest. I have downforce. Now, Forza Aero will give you some, but it won't give you as much as a race car, essentially. Can we be flat? No, we surely can't be flat on the way into there, no. But see, we are gaining. Where am I going to find a way past? I want to be on the throttle earlier, but I can't because there's a bloody MG in the way. Oh, there's a Fiesta, that's the other one, that's in kind of the sub-touring car class. We've gained a lot of time through there. Oh, I wanted to cut back to the inside. I didn't quite time it right. That's the issue we got through there. We just mistimed it a little bit. On a circuit like this, it's perhaps not a surprise that the proper touring cars are going to be quick with our downforce. And the problem I have got currently is that I'm being held up in the corners by the MG. Admittedly not now, but in some of the corners I'm held up by the MG, and that slows my lap time down, but I don't slow its lap time down because I can't slow it down in the straights, funnily enough. The Lincoln Co has managed to get through the pack and has got to the front. And is now running in clean air, so it isn't being slowed through the corners. The MG and Lincoln Co are very evenly matched from what we have seen in a brief bit of testing beforehand. So I gain all my lap time through there. The question is, can I be close enough to have a dive on the MG here? No, not quite. So we're stuck in the same predicament. Gliska has got the Fiesta, and I don't know what it is in third. I have forgotten currently. Oh, the Fiesta. That's the Civic, that's what it is. The Fiesta's got into trouble. The Mini might be about to get me on the run down here. I mean, we're not going to make life easy for it down this part, because we will have the grip to hold it around the outside on this one. Can't quite do it. Mini is going to be slow mid-corner. I'm going to have to just chuck it up the inside. I might not even need to... well, I might be able to go around the outside, but the level of grip we can get through there is so much. The problem I've got now is, the Mini's closer than it has been, and I've got to deal with an MG. I think I'm going to have to try and send it. I'm just too far back. We might get a good run here. This might actually help me. in fending off from that Mini is if we can use the MG as a block at some point. We're again carrying great speed through here. We're pushing the MG as hard as we can. I think the Mini might be a little bit too far back to do anything down the bottom of the hill. We will cover the inside if it was close enough, which it is not. Yeah, I mean, the MG is quick, but stuck a little bit in traffic, just unable to make some progress. Very quick through that final section. Another lap and we might have got Longbow. Longbow defended very smartly, defended exactly how they needed to make it awkward for the MG. But I do think we got a victory for the proper touring cars. I think the Lincoln Co. got it. I mean, yeah, lap time-wise, me and the Lincoln Co. pretty much identical within a tenth. The Civic a couple of tenths quicker. We actually had a quicker lap than the Mini in that. I mean, it's close. It's close. Fiesta had also a couple of tenths. It's very close between all of the cars. But yeah, Chris claims victory with the proper touring car. It's followed by a Civic and an MG3. We are up there, though. Good battle. Fun battle with my MG. Yeah, nice car to drive. We head to a much faster circuit for our next race. It'll be more... It's going to be more of a struggle, I think, for the touring cars. The proper, official touring cars, so to speak. I mean, the plus point is we are going to have a lot of high-speed grip. So the final couple of corners, we're going to be very fast. I mean, we're going to be flat out. There's no doubt about it in my mind that we will be flat out through there. A lot of these other cars will have to be lifting. And the Mini's going to be very quick in a straight line. We know that. We know that's going to... I think everything will be faster than me and Gliska in a straight line. However, we are going to be able to maintain a lot of corner speed. We're going to hopefully be able to maintain a lot of momentum through the corner. We'll be able to brake late if I can get my braking right, which is not the easiest with this. But if I can get my braking right down here, we'll be able to maintain a lot of corner speed through here that some of the other cars will struggle with. I mean, they're going to struggle when they're all bunched up, just because you've got to be more careful of the cars in front of you. We're going to try to go around the outside of a Renault here. It's a long way around the outside, but I think we can make it work. Just about. We're going to get stuck side by side, though, with everybody. You can see Gliska up ahead, struggling with a similar amount. The Civic is leading the way at the moment, but this is the part of the lap that's always going to be weak. Oh, sorry, Speed Beast. I was not expecting... I wasn't actually expecting the cars ahead to be lifting either. To be fair, we did kind of just punt them again past a Scirocco. We kind of helped. Kind of. This is where I'm hoping we're going to gain some of our lap time, although they're still good enough. They're still grippy enough to be making up some lap speed. At this final corner, we are going to be quick. Oh, the outside of the Volkswagen can't quite do it. It was brave, shall we say, to be going around the outside there. I knew the risks, but the problem is that we're stuck a little bit. Oh, Ewan's had a problem. Chris has had a problem. There's been a touring car crash. Geez, that was a hell of a death. Did Chris aquaplane off the puddle, perhaps? It was a hell of a death. Poor Aaron did nothing wrong through any of that and had a very bad time. Not much. Not much Aaron could have really done about that one. Like, I was far enough back that I could see that happening. Aaron was not going to know that car was going to bounce off the wall until it was way too late, and the only way to avoid it would have been to absolutely slam on the brakes the instant Chris went off the track, I think. That's, yeah, not a place you want to be having an accident. I mean, I'm hoping this fight up ahead slows them down so I can join in, so we don't just have to sit and watch a fun battle, and we can actually be a part of said fun battle. I've been flat out for a long time in this lap. Can we flat through here? Yep, but still flat out. We're flat out for almost the entire lap, bar maybe one corner. Bar definitely one corner. I could have been flat through there had I not got the turning point slightly wrong. So, yeah, Chris got unlucky, got squished on the outside. So we literally brake for one corner in this, and that's it. We're then flat out for the rest of the way around the lap. I mean, it is kind of cool. I don't think I've driven a car like that for a long time. Alright, so a couple of downshifts, and then from here on, in fact, I could have been later on the brakes there. I'm so bad at that corner, I always have been. Then I don't think we touch the brakes for the rest of the lap with these cars. It is just about trying to get momentum. We might have to if we're going to go side by side with Gliska. If the touring car battle kicks off, we may have to go on the brakes somewhere. Because, yeah, we'll be on slightly funky lines. We'll be on the inside now. Gliska's actually going to lift and fall into line through there. So, yeah, we genuinely have to brake once around here. I've raced quite a lot of A-class cars. Although, as I said, I don't really like this track. I don't drive this track all too often. I haven't come across many A-class cars that go around a lap only needing to brake once. It's normally this corner that would get the better of you. But yeah, these have so much grip that we absolutely, if we get it right, we can be absolutely flat through that. And that's where we're making the biggest amount of time on these other cars. We are making enough lap time through there alone that we've almost caught them again. I think the Renault is one of the slower cars in a straight line from what we've seen. If we're here putting it under pressure and we have a ton of drag, that tells you what you need to know. I don't really want to go up to 6th. I don't really think we need to. I cannot take that corner. Though, to be fair, whichever way I'd done that there, I think the Megane was going to... if we'd braked later and gone to the outside, the Megane was actually understeering anyway. We were going to be in trouble. We've now got a Lincoln Co. for company. And... yeah, we're just going to sit in the draft of the Renault the whole way round and then try and make a move on the final corner. We could be at a small bit of bother if we're too close to the Renault, because we might get held up by the Renault through that corner, and the Lincoln Co. might be able to make the most of it. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, that final corner is so very important to us. Oh, the Renault hit the thing on the inside, whatever it is, the little golf caddy thing on the inside. That has helped me out quite a lot through there, and we are flat once again through the final corner. All the Lincoln Co's have had a little trouble. That could help me out massively as well. It looks like the Civic is going to go on to take a victory in this one. A little bit more spread out up at the front here. The Civic leading the Fiesta. Civic leading the MG3, leading the Fiesta. We are not really catching the Mini around here. We probably could, if I could learn to drive that corner. That's much more like it. That's what we want. Fantastic. Kaliska might get the Megane on the final corner back there. Unless the Mini makes a mistake, we are not catching it. So yeah, like, momentum for us. That one braking zone is so critical for our lap time, I think. Because, yeah, the rest of it is flat out. So if we're faster through that corner, the rest of the lap is going to be better, essentially. We are going to lose speed a bit through these corners, of course. We're going to be trucking off speed because we're turning and whatnot. But, yeah, that corner alone is so critical. And I've finally got it right on the last lap of the realm. Or better. I wouldn't even say right, but we got it better on the last lap of the race. And there it is, the final corner. Once again, flat out for us. Oh, Gliska tried, just couldn't quite get it past in the end. I mean, that was an odd race. I said, I haven't driven this circuit a huge amount, but I've never experienced that circuit in that way. Lap time-wise, interestingly quicker than the MG3. I wonder whether that might be like a clean, dirty lap situation going on. I mean, we're not a million miles off the Fiesta, actually. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased how close we were to some of the other cars in here. Not going to even get close to the Civic, mind you. That's far too quick. But, yeah. Not going to be on the podium, but I think a respectable performance from the from the MG. Another good fun race, actually. We head to the Chihuahua circuit for our next race. Oh, that's the sight I wanted to see. Oh, that's beautiful. Gliska's going to have the fun trying to carve through the pack. This is a very handling-based circuit. My MG is a very grippy car. It should be fast here. I mean, there are concerns I have, naturally, with the vehicle. We might get beaten off the line by the likes of the Fiesta, by the likes of the Corsa, the MG3. If we can get ahead of them and stay ahead early on, they might struggle, but because they've still got lots of grip. Let's not forget this. They've still got a crap ton of grip. So they're going to be flat all the way through here, I suspect. Can we make the most of Ghost Mode? I kind of have to send it, and I sent it a bit too hard. Oh, if I could have got that right, we might have been fine. It might become me versus a Fiesta here. Outside at the hairpin was too brave as well. Fiesta, I mean, tried to get on the power and understeered itself wide. Okay. Gliska's had a wonderful start, actually. Made the most of Ghost Mode and snuck their way up through the pack. We have... Oh, Impega, you are playing that one. That is a dangerous game out there. As I say, I'm also playing a dangerous game. We'll get the tyres up to temperature, and then I think we will be hunting a Fiesta. I'm hoping we will have the pace here. It's not quite going to be flat through that section. We need I say a lot more. We need more care through that one. Where's going to be the overtaking spot is the question. Hairpin, maybe? if we are better through here, I mean, if we are, but we need to be really good through here. We need to get a really good run through here, and then we need a big dive at the hairpin, perhaps to the inside. Fiesta does feel the need to park it in the middle of the road. Oh, wow, that just stopped turning mid-corner. There's just no turning at that point. It just didn't want to do anything. I didn't think I was going particularly quickly. We just got horrific mid-corner understeer there. That's not helpful. That is not what we needed. That might actually cost us a chance at this race victory, because we've now got even more time we need to make up, which is a pain. I mean, we're going to get more understeer. The problem is I fear I'm going to end up overdriving the car, desperately trying to keep up. The Fiesta's got some speed here, and I don't know if I have an answer for it. We have got more mid-quarter speed through here. This is one bit where we are definitely faster, but it does not want to get turned in for the hairpin. I wonder if it's because we rely so much on aero grip, and then we come here, and then we're suddenly going a lot slower, and we suddenly lose a lot of that grip that we're used to. Or I just ballsed it up myself, possible. I didn't think I was going too fast, but, you know, it's me we're talking about. Impega hasn't gone that really wide line again through there. Is going for the rallycross route through the final corner. You'll get away with it to a degree. It's a bit sketchy in these cars on their slick tyres, but, you know, you'll survive it. Right. I can't carry any more speed than that. We're basically on the limit of what we are pulling away from the Mini. It's kind of stabilised the gap. I'm frustrated at myself because had we not had those issues at the hairpin in the first couple of laps, I think we could have really taken the fight to the Fiesta in places. We're quick through here, and then we just lose some of the time we gain. We lose on the climb to the hairpin. I'm really going to need the Fiesta to make a mistake. As I say that, it understeers wide a bit. Problem is, it's not enough of a mistake. We need more. We need a bigger hit on the walls, essentially, if we're going to even get into a position to fight it. It's just a little bit too quick, and it pulls away on acceleration. We gain. We're doing the rallycross line as well now around there. It's not an ideal line. We have made some progress this lap around, but that's more from. I mean, it's about the same lap time for us. That 54.3. It was from a couple of little errors from Impega there. Impega is definitely having to drive that Fiesta hard if it's going to stay ahead of the MG. It's this section here where our lap time can be made. I could have been a little faster through there, actually. I could maybe get away with running it through there in 5th if I get it perfect, but it have to be absolutely perfect on the line. Alright, don't balls up the hairpin this time. We don't. Impega doesn't either, though, so the Fiesta is quick out of there. We've ditched the Mini, and the Mini is maybe going to have Link & Co problems by the end of the race. However, you can just see the acceleration the Fiesta has over us there. We gave it everything we could. It was just not quite enough. Similar pace to that Fiesta, I think. Yeah, if I'd got lap 1 right and been ahead of the Fiesta, I might have been able to stay there. But we didn't, and then I made a couple of errors at the hairpin. Did not help our case. Lap time wise, though, pretty similar in the end. A little faster for the Fiesta, but we're only talking tenths here. Like, you know, we're already a tenth quicker than the Mini, a little bit faster than the Link & Co. That was taking traffic for a lot. Civic didn't work there as well. Neither did the MG3. The courses are a bit too difficult to drive around that one. But yeah, Fiesta damn quick. We put up a good show. We put up a good fight with the MG. In the end, I just couldn't get close enough to make a pass or to be attempting passes. But yeah, fun race. Wonderful car to drive again. For our final race, we head to the festival circuit. I mean, we've had some internet troubles. We're down to 9. There are some broken down TCR cars around the place. It's going to be tough for us. I mean, in some ways, I think this may go slightly better than the Azul circuit by virtue of there will be more braking zones. And we will still be flat out a lot here, but there will be some more braking zones. We'll be very good around the final corner here. That's where we're going to make some time up, I think. It's definitely going to be difficult. I think we will still have some pace here, of course, because we will be so very good in the corners. I think the MG, I wonder if the MG, I do seem like the first lap, I don't seem to be great. So I wonder if we are not quite as good on tyre warm-up as some of these other cars. I don't know whether tyre pressures may be slightly wonky in this. I don't know why it would be the case, but it definitely feels like the first lap we aren't actually all that great compared to the others in the corners, and then later on we're a monster. So yeah, I wonder if there's something like that. I haven't done any adjusting to the setup of this, and I doubt many of the cars racing here, a lot of this was, I say, quickly built. I doubt much tuning has gone into these other cars for this. It's not ultra serious at the end of the day. There is a Corsa having handling issues up ahead, and through the sea of smoke? Sure, why not? Let's go for it. Just through the clouds of smoke, the plumes of smoke. I can't see a bloody thing in this. The Corsa's on that really tight line. That's not what it wanted. The Lincoln Co. also didn't want that, because that's the corner where we can be flat and the other cars are going to struggle. Aaron is leading the way with that Scirocco at the moment. I was maybe a little early on the brakes, although it was sensible enough in as far as we're still right on the bumper of the Mini through there. Like, we were slower on the way in, we're quick on the exit. I'm hoping the Mini is going to carve a massive hole in the air behind that silly wing that is going to drag us forwards. Unfortunately, it might be very much a case of we're just stuck in traffic again around here. See, the Civic, I was expecting the Civic to be really fast here, but it might just be traffic related, of course, for the Honda, because it was so quick at the Azul circuit. But yeah, it's not got its way straight to the front immediately. It's having a battle with the Renault. I need to get past this Corsa, and I need to get past it quickly. I think Ewan is struggling a little bit with that car's handling. It's very fast accelerating. It might be one of the fastest accelerating cars here, but it is not nice to drive through the corners. We are carrying wonderful speed there. Well, this can only go well. Yeah, let's go 5 wide. Oh, we've got a lot of speed. We've got so much momentum, but I've got to go a really long way around the final corner. We've got to give everybody space. We're clear of the Corsa. Me and Gliska sorted out. Yeah, that's kind of I say not disappointing, but we got such a good run out of that corner that we were forced to go the long way around Gliska. There was no other space. Oh, that's a little sneaky. There was a gap-ish for an MG that we tried to utilise. The Fiesta's struggling a bit here as well, which seems odd to me. Onto the bridge we go. Corsa is right behind us. Not going to be able to do too much here. The Megane, I'm not surprised by that, struggling a little bit. It's not got the handling and hasn't got the straight line speed of some of the other cars. The Vauxhall's kind of past us. We're going to try and duck underneath everybody for a good exit out of the hairpin. There we go. We should even get Gliska here if we get this right, because Gliska was busy battling the Megane and they both went a bit wide. So that puts me up into a 5th place. We can defend from the Lincoln Co. through here, and we are onto the back of the Mini. We just followed a Mini a lot today, or a lot in this race, I should say. The Mini's followed us in some as well. Right. What can we do? Oh, it looks like Aaron's missed a checkpoint with Scirocco or something. It's dropped back. Unfortunate, that was doing well in this one. So it is the MG3 that is leading the way. Oh, I've overdriven turn 1. That's not what I needed. All that bloody hard work. And in my attempts to chase down a Mini, we've ballsed up turn 1, because Gliska will fire it to the inside of the bridge, which is fair enough. What will we try to do here? Not run around the outside. Cut back for the exit. Not quite got it, although we've got a great run on it. Nah, not able to. Couldn't cut it underneath, and while I had a good run to that outside line, it wasn't quite going to be in. We weren't able to get the overlap, and Gliska noticed it and would shut that door, which is understandable. I would do absolutely the same. So, yeah. God damn it. Just pushing a little too hard, trying to make up lap time on the Mini, and we run wide at a very critical... We didn't even brush the wall, but we did run wide. We're quick through there, though. We have got some speed through that section, and we can shove the nose alongside, although it's not going to be enough. I would rather go single file through there than be on a silly line, because if I go on a silly line, there's a chance I lose a place to them again. And the last thing I want to do is lose that. So, yeah, we will battle it out at another point. Oh, both pushed it hard through there. I don't know if I bumped the back of Gliska's car or not. It was very close. If there was a little bit of desync, that might have done it. We're now in the slipstream. Gliska will defend. The Megane's having a look to the outside. Gliska doesn't actually defend as heavily as I thought they were going to. And of course, me on a slightly funky line dealing with the Megane hasn't helped. We know the corner we're best at is coming up. It's not here. It is the next real corner is where we'd be quicker than the Lincoln Co. Don't quite know what happened to them again. Must have missed a checkpoint on the inside or something, would be my guess. Yeah, here we have been very quick in the MG, and we are quick again through there, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, we're always likely to have these cars struggle, and what hasn't helped is the fight between us. It's been a really good fun race, though. Ultimately, yeah, it's a little bit too slow in a straight line. However, our big old tussle didn't help matters. Don't think we quite had the speed, though, in that one. Unlucky for Arrow, and the Scirocco was looking very good, actually, around there. It was interesting to see some different results. Yeah, it's a little bit too far off those cars at the front. The Fiesta struggled a little bit, and then it seemed to get going and shot off into the distance. The MG would take victory. Then I didn't actually see which way around. Then it was the Fiesta and then the Civic, I think, by the end of that. I think that's the way. This was good fun, actually. I enjoyed it. I mean, as often is the case, when we do these whole build cars to match race cars that are in the game, the usual thing happened in that the race cars have more grip, the built cars have more straight line speed. That's usually what happens, and that is what's happened again around here. But on the twistier circuits, we could be very, very... But even on the faster circuits, we weren't too far off, considering what we were kind of going up against. And it was always going to depend on the tracks, you know, for balance-wise. But yeah, I like this MG. As I said, I love having the TCR cars here. They're great. A great addition to the game, and bloody better turn up in Motorsport. I'll be very disappointed if they don't turn up in the next Motorsport. They're fun here, make a lot more fun in a Motorsport, but yeah, it's always enjoyable building these competitor cars. The Mini with its glorious wing, the Corsa with much acceleration. But yeah, the little hatchback class, probably a little better just because of the lack of weight. Although that Civic actually was probably the best of touring cars, sort of size cars if you like. However, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.